Hello everybody, and thank you so much for everybody who responded and who is looking forward to doing this piece. I'm really excited. I don't know about you, but I'm getting stir crazy, and not being able to do something creative with other people is driving me a little bonkers. So I thought this would be really cool. So the song is We Are the World, which was done by Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, all of them back in the 80s. And it's a lot of solos, and at the end is where the big choral part comes in. So I'm going to go through each of the different choral parts one by one so that you can hear them on this video, which I'll send to everybody, which you are watching now, obviously. I'm going to just teach the bits, and then you hopefully can pick them up from that. That's very easy to hear in the original accompaniment, in the original version. So if you nail it singing with me, then you should be able to hear that part when you get to the actual part. The sopranos and the altos, you get turns taking the melody. The way it's going to break down is we've got soprano 1, and then we've got soprano 2, and then we've got altos / tenors, and then men, the rest of the men. The tenor part is all falsetto, so if you don't want to sing falsetto, then don't do the tenor part, learn the bass part. Soprano, yeah. So whether we call it soprano 1, soprano 2, alto, bass, alto, tenor, and then bass, or soprano, alto 1, alto 2, tenor, and bass, it really doesn't matter. But the top two parts switch the melody back and forth, and then the bottom two parts are just harmony, if that makes any sense. Okay, so the actual chorus part where you start to come in doesn't come in until 3 minutes into the song. So if you're only looking to come in and join the choral part and not do any of the solos, start the song at like 3 minutes and 5 seconds so that you don't have to listen to all those solos, or do, because what else do we have to do right now besides being at home alone? Well, at least I am. So this is the soprano part, which doesn't start with the melody, it starts with the harmony. Yeah. So this is just after we have Cyndi Lauper, well, let us realize that a change can only come when we stand together as one. That's where we're coming in. So I'm going to play the B chord at 1 and then get into We Are the World, just so you know where I am. I'll also send the tabs for those of you who play the piano. We're doing the same key as the original. The sheet music that I sent out, so that with the parts, same parts as that sheet music is a semitone lower than the one that we're doing. The sheet music is in the key of B flat. We're doing it in the original key, which is the one that you can listen to. So if you do want to kind of plunk around and play the chords along to learn it, it's the same key as the original, is the one we're singing. So just a note, if you are looking at the sheet music, you will need to transpose it a semitone higher. If you have a digital piano, I can do it for you, and then you can play along with it. So here is the upper part 1, soprano 1. And the way I'll do it, just so that you're following along, I'll do the chorus twice. In the choral parts, it does modulate, it does change keys, so we do end up going from B into C. So I will sing one chorus in the starting key, and then one chorus in the key that we modulate to, and then it doesn't modulate after that. It only does it the once. So that way you can just keep singing. It's important for some parts to be able to get that key change bit, because the notes can be a little bit tricky. So here is part 1, the soprano, the upper part, the first key into the second key. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are the children. starts with harmony and then they move to melody. So the second half will be much easier for you to learn, and the first half is also pretty easy. Basses, men, note that your bottom, your part is very similar to the soprano's first bit, and you'll see that when we come in. So this is the second part down, alto or second soprano, whichever one. So you'll see, again, the next part is going from the melody into a harmony. Watch out for the last note. It's not the last couple of notes. It's not what you think. You think you're going to get to do that little melody bit, but actually you're going to go on top of the sopranos for the last little bit. So just watch it out for that. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Just you and me. Also watch just in the middle there, that ah bit. You're gonna want to stay on the same note, but actually it falls because all the parts fall. Just be aware of that. Not the right chord, but you get the idea. And the tenor part / alto part. This is a typical alto part, not a typical tenor part, but a typical alto part where it doesn't move a lot. So it's the most boring part. I'm sorry. But when you get to the ahs, it has some really nice harmony bits. So, oh, and one last thing to note for this lower alto / tenor part, you do get to sing Just You and Me is the melody. So you get a little itty bitty bit of melody in there. Lucky you. So this third part down. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Just you and me. See that little melody at the end. And then finally, the last part, which should be the rest of the men that don't want to sing this in falsetto, or you really low females, it's not really that low. Pardon, I'm not an alto, so pardon the low singing, but it's not super low, so women, you can give it a try as well, as long as we've got enough people covering all the parts. So here is the last bit. I'm sorry, you have no part of the melody at any point in time. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Just you and me. I will say that if there are like 1 or 2 females that want to do that part, the octave up, be cool with it. Don't want tons of people doing it though, because then it'll overpower that melody harmony kind of struggle that's happening in the other soprano and alto parts. So I will do this one up an octave, also for men, so that you can make sure you're getting it in the right register. It is not down here. It is up in your baritone register. So again, this is the same part 4, the bass baritone part, but doing it up the octave if there are 1 or 2 ladies who would like to do it. And if you would like to do it, could you learn 2 parts? The soprano part and this part, just so that I don't have 50 billion people trying to do the upper part and then have nobody on the part that actually has melody in it. So this is... We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. Just you and me. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. Just you and me. So again, if you did want to learn that part, you'll notice that the first part, we are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who live for a brighter day, let's start giving, is the same as the soprano part that I showed you before. It's just the ending, the ahs, that you can jump to that extra part. So I hope this has been insightful. I hope this has been helpful. Again, I will send out audio recordings of each of these parts singing with the original so you can hear how they fit, so that you can practice with them. And if there are any other questions, just shoot me a message. And I cannot wait to hear how this all comes together. Thank you.